Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play I'm going to try, and that's going to be with Rimworld this time. Now, I played Rimworld back in the Alpha 5, 6, and 7, I want to say, and I really enjoyed it, and then I just kind of stopped playing it until Alpha 11 showed up. Then for some reason, got reinterested in it. I'm not too sure why, but we're here now, and we're going to create a new world, and we're just going to call it Ice, because we are going to take up a challenge. And what challenge might that be? Well, we are going to take up the challenge of going to an ice sheet biome, somewhere way up in the frozen north, probably not near this. The Killers pirate band. No, we will put our base right on that spot. We want to live there. That sounds like an awful idea. But we're going to be taking a spot in the ice biome to actually challenge ourselves because it's kind of tricky surviving up there. We're going to go with just classic Cassandra on rough difficulty, which is more than enough for where you already have to basically eat your colonists to survive. So basically just a standard difficulty, normal, basically. So we'll go with this, and we will pick the world we just created. And choose our location, which is going to be somewhere far away from the pirate band. I just don't want to deal with them. They sound like they might try and kill me. But that's just the impression I get from their names, so I could be wrong. We want a mountain, most likely. Now, the trick with the ice sheet biome are two things. In the middle of summer, it's freezing, and you never can grow outside. Well, I can't say you can never grow outside. You can create a room without a roof, and if you put enough heaters in it, you can actually get it warm enough to grow, but it's a little too bending on the actual freezing temperature that you could kill your crops. I couldn't think of a word to say there. So you have to use hydroponics, but you don't start with hydroponics as a research, which makes it tricky. So, where are we going to make our base? I suppose, apparently down here is even colder, probably because the altitude is much higher, since I'm guessing this is like a mountain range. Middle of July, -10. That actually seems like that could be pretty fun. Let's see. Lime, sandstone, and marble. Limestone and marble. I want a granite rock, if I can find it in any of these. Because, there we go. Granite is actually a really strong material. It's better than slate or marble in durability, so it's good for like fortress walls, like the very outside walls of a base. So we're going to pick this area, which is, I guess, kind of this mountain ridge just below the big lake to the north. And you can see everything if you want to kind of pick the same map, I don't know. Let's go with slightly... Nah, we'll just go with standard size. I don't think we need to go with a bigger map. This should be fine. We're not going to be doing too much huge expanding because it's kind of difficult on an ice biome. So this is where we want to go. Now, when you pick characters for an ice biome, it's a little tricky. You need someone with very high research because you need to get hydroponics very early. And if you don't get hydroponics very early, then you're going to find yourself with no food, unless you get really lucky and some random event showers you with food. So I have gone and picked up my people that I want, and some people that will hopefully allow me to survive this. Now, I'm a little bit worried about a couple of things, such as psychically sensitive and neurotic, because the people are going to be very unhappy rather early. Because there's going to be very low food, it's going to be cold, they're going to hate it, and basically they're going to be very unhappy. And because they're very unhappy, if they have even the slightest debuff to reduce how much it takes to break them, then they might go dazed, and that would be rather bad. So, my three people, we have Yukiko Fleming, female human colonist, age 43. She was a sheltered child that became an herbalist and is going to be our researcher and doctor. We've got Tobias Saba McAnroe. That's quite the name. Male human colonist, age 37. He was a slave and became a Glitterworld empath. And he's incapable of violence, but he's going to be our warden because he's got good social skill and general construction, growing, and mining skill, which will be good enough for him to kind of be this middle ground. Then we got Theodore Thedrick Steely, who was another male human colonist, age 34. He was a frightened child and became a colonial settler and is incapable of being scary. With our 3 colonists selected, let's push start. Now, is it going to start? Pushed again. The 3 of you awake in your cryo-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on an unknown Rimworld. As pieces of shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. And it's already negative 12 degrees Celsius outside. That will run just perfectly. There we go, we got our 3 people, and we're just going to pause the game immediately and divvy up the weapons. Who's got the best shooting skill? Oh, you can't even fight, so there's really no point giving you a weapon. You've got 4-4, and you have 5-2, so no one is a fighter. That could probably be detrimental later on. I'll give you guys the weapons, and we'll make you equip the plasteel knife just so it's not like left around. Now let's take a look at our map. Oh, the mountains are in the north. Actually, this area looks pretty solid for defense. Here it's too open. There's too many ways people can come and get us. Same with over here. Here just seems like too small of a building area. Plus there's no resources around, like no metal. It's close by. We'd have to actually come out into the open. So I think, well, I suppose right here is also pretty decent. Depends on how many resources it has. We have, what? Some silver? I think that's it. What about in this crevice? We've got gold in the back. We've got some compacted steel, more compacted steel, more compacted steel. Ooh, compacted plasteel. Oh, that's nice. I haven't actually played a game where I've seen any plasteel on the outside yet. That's interesting. So I think my home is definitely going to be in this crevice area. Simply because it's defensive. I mean, I can defend from this area, and then even then I could push out and defend either generally from here or from these 2 individual sides. And it looks like, yeah, this is blocked off, so I'm actually safe from that. And we have some uranium ore too. Wow, this is actually a pretty good start. Alright then. Let's begin with a stockpile. So where are you guys going to stockpile most of your stuff? I don't know if I want to hide in the crevice just yet, or if I want to have this extra building space, and I'm thinking I want the extra building space. So the first room that we're going to make is just going to be an 11 by 11 stockpile. And around that we're going to put a nice steel wall that's going to be, what, 12 by 12? Now I'm just putting the gaps in because those are where the doors are going to be going. And I'm using steel, not wood. If you've played in a forest biome, it's very likely you'd be using wood for this. However, I didn't want to put a door there. Okay then. There, we have our room. But if you play in a forest biome, you'll probably be using wood for all of this. However, I want to bring your attention to the fact that there are no trees. So in the ice sheet biome, you will find that there are no trees anywhere, and that can be problematic. So I just wanted to check really quick if this was an ice sheet biome. I might have messed it up. But we have our people, we have our stockpile. Let's tell them that they can start grabbing all of the goods and bringing it to the stockpile. Wood, metal, medical supplies, packaged survival meals, everything. And I even saw some more resources, I think further down this way. Yeah, more survival meals, which will be invaluable. And is there any other just loose resources just kind of laying around that we could steal? Because they don't belong to anyone else, so we could steal righteously, I guess, kind of justified. It looks like all of it. So let's unpause the game and actually speed it up. Build a room. You don't say, my colonists, but my colonists enjoy the negative 10 degrees Celsius, which is only going to get a little bit warmer as noon approaches. But this is the middle of summer. Remember, the dead of summer. This is the warmest it will ever get. In the winter, when you get a cold snap, you best have multiple heaters in every little tiny room. It can get very brutal in the middle of winter with a cold snap. It's almost unsafe to even go outside because it gets to like negative 60, sometimes negative 70 Celsius. So it can get pretty extreme. Now we got our room built and we're just going to go campfire so that these guys don't freeze at night and they don't become unhappy from being frozen. At the same time, we're going to try and build them some beds. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to stick them all in the same room for now because I can't build them individual rooms yet since it's a bit cold, and if I built them individual rooms, I'd have to use 3 different fires or vents that don't really work that great, and I don't think I'm ready to actually let them survive that way, or I don't think I can let them survive that way, I should say. So there's some compacted steel. I'll tell you guys to mine that and create a research bench. Okay, now that I just actually noticed it, and because I almost forgot this, let's unpause the game because they're all sleeping. We have a basic prosthetic workbench. What does that mean? Well, we have an army of mods installed, and all of them are going to be quite fun to use. So I just took a second to grab my mod list here so we can actually see what we have. Now we've got the backstories, we have the expanded prosthetics, we've got the craftable hyperweave and synth thread, we have all the mechanical defense packages, which I think there are 4 or 5 of them, and we're using Remsinal, and Rimworld Enhanced Defense. So let's see, is everyone listening and doing what they're supposed to do? Now we're going to go to overview, and we want our researcher to not do any of the little tedious things. That way they can go spend time being a researcher, and we can give them something to research. That is going to be hydroponics, because we need hydroponics the most out of anything else. And we have a little bit of steel. I'll just tell these guys to keep mining for now. There, inside it's about 16 degrees Celsius. Now these campfires will burn out after about 3.5 days, so that's what we want to spend our wood on. I know we have about 200 wood here, but we don't want to use it on anything except for campfires, because we're going to need to use a lot of campfires early on to keep these guys alive, basically. So I think I can actually start building a second room. Let's see. Where do we want our hydroponics to go? Probably on this side, to be honest. Let's pull out the steel wall and start constructing this thing. Now, the hydroponics, of course, will take a little bit longer to research, but I want to make sure the room is all built and ready so I can start growing potatoes and rice as soon as possible. I think rice is about 1 day less construction or grow time. Again, have to think before I speak. About 1 day less grow time than potatoes. So we actually have more survival meals over here. We'll unforbid the host that they can go grab them when they're hungry. Oh, they still have these ones too, so we're not too low on food yet. We have a couple more days that we can survive. Not enough days to grow food, but maybe something will happen in the random events that will keep us alive a bit longer. So like I said, let's build this room. Now, I could just build a box, but there's no fun in a box. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a look at this. Is my box actually perfectly sized for this? It is, as it turns out. So that's pretty neat. I might actually build partially a box since it's perfectly sized. How would I want to do this, though? I could just go straight down through. You know, let's just build, I guess, a box for this. So if it's perfectly sized and it's 12 by 12, that means building 12 this way should allow this thing to perfectly center itself. So yeah, if we build 12 up, then it will be perfectly in the center of a room. I guess that will work. Now, that light that I was just pulling out, it's a sun lamp. It's what is going to allow me to build inside, or to grow plants inside of a room, as long as I keep the room warm enough. So do I want hydroponic space all around here, or I think what I'm going to do is give myself 4 more blocks of space instead of just building a wall. That way I have a little bit more room. And from there we're going to add 2 doors over on the sides. And we're going to edit up this wall a little bit. So once they wake up, they should start to construct, while of course our researcher does some researching. Hopefully. Relaxing socially. Well, you're all alone in your room, so socially might not be the right word. I suppose you can relax socially isolated from social, but who really knows? I'm not going to judge here. Let's see, we need power now to actually power this lamp. Start getting some storage. So let's see. Go 1, 2, 3. Then we will deconstruct this old set of doors because we don't need it anymore. 1, 2, 3 batteries. We'll grab some solar panels. Wonder how many of these could we stick here? Okay, so not an even number. So we'll stick them 1 away from the door with a gap against them in case we need to actually get to the wall. So we'll do this, put 3 of those down so that we can start charging the batteries. Now that I think about it, need to charge that back battery too, and I'd like just sticking it through the walls. The walls used to automatically have power lines going through them, but in a recent update they actually got rid of the power line. Apparently, since the last time I played, so we'll just have to go without the power line. -1 in the room next to us. I'm guessing some heat is bleeding into it, even though the doors are closed. And I'm going to say 1.5 more days until we get hydroponics. And we have not that much food left. Oh, what's this? Uranium ore. I was going to say maybe a bulk goods trader would show up, but I don't think we have everything we need to even purchase one of those. So we'll just give more, well, we have all the orders for mining. Fallville. Well, that's kind of mean, saying that it's going to fall. How about we call this Bruma? For those of you who are Elder Scrolls fans, you will understand. For those of you who are not Elder Scrolls fans, you will not understand. For those of you who are curious as to what Bruma is, it's basically a giant northern city that exists in the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. And since it's a giant winter city inhabited mostly by Nords, I figured that this giant ice sheet we're living on is pretty relevant. Let's see, 2 solar panels, we're gaining power, at least during the day. I'm sure at night we'll lose power. What's our thing look like? 1 day, 1 hour. So yeah, once... what is it? Fleming? Once Fleming does some sleeping, some eating, and gets back to... every colonist of the male gender winces in pain. Well, that's just great. We'll start the colony off with a psychic drone, just meant to torture us. And we get a visitor who... a cave tender from Caxico Menino? That's kind of a strange N. It's got the Spanish little squiggle. So, Cheta. Yeah, we don't care very much about you. We kind of just want our hydroponics. Let's grab some more power. Wind turbine. Conduit. I hope these aren't too close to that vent. I'll have to destroy them if they are when we actually get geothermal power. But it should be okay for now. We want to make sure that we have enough power to make these hydroponics work. There we go. We got the hydroponics. So we need to pick something else. And to be honest, I think I want geothermal power just because it's really reliable and really efficient. So we'll go to production. We'll grab hydroponics basins. And let's see. We can put 4 of them just like that. We'll make 6 for 600 metal. I don't think we even have 600 metal laying around, but we'll make 6 of them anyhow. And we'll start growing on them once one gets constructed. A visitor. So the very first one is not going to grow potato because potato takes, what, 4.76 days to grow, whereas rice, which is a much simpler, takes just about 1 day less. So we're going to grow rice initially. Oh, the fire died. Actually, we can't grow anything yet. -4, yeah, that's not growing conditions. Temperature. Put a campfire here and stick one in here. Work on the campfire. There you go. So I need defenses. Well, unfortunately I can't afford defenses just yet, because I need rice. Now it's night. I hope I have enough power to get me through the night with this big lamp going. And I think I do, so it should be okay. As intelligent as they aren't capable of making the campfire work. So I want her to do growing as well. I'm not going to do hauling or cleaning. I just want her to make sure that she's growing in case the other guys are out mining. Fleming is a she, isn't it? That's not going to tell me. Yes, it is a she. I will learn these characters' names, which is actually something quite interesting that I kind of want to talk about a little bit. The thing that I really like about Rimworld is the fact that your colonists all get some kind of identity, such as Fleming is the female researcher and doctor. That's just how I remember them. Eventually I remember them that they're green thumbs, so they love to grow, and that they're psychically sensitive, which means that if a psionic drone ever attacks them, it's going to be very devastating. Just like I'll get to know the other guys once they actually kind of put a place in my mind. And that's what I like about this type of game, the fact that you get to know the colonists, so when you actually lose one, it's kind of upsetting. Such as like in XCOM, if you lose one of your best soldiers that you've had from the start, it not only messes you up for the rest of the game, making it very hard because, well, a very skilled soldier dies, but you also don't want to lose them because you kind of get attached to them, because you've brought them on every mission. You just know them. But that's what makes this kind of game very interesting, those little details. What was that? Don't tell me you have hypothermia. Go back inside. Are you wearing anything? You're wearing pants. It's -4 degrees Celsius outside and you're wearing pants. Well then. You're at least wearing a jacket and pants. You're wearing a t-shirt, jacket, and pants. You are the most intelligent of them all. If only he'd started with a shirt or something, he would have been warmer. Clothing actually will affect these guys' warmth level. Wanderer joins. A villager named Gairu. Gyu? How would you pronounce that? Gyu? Has arrived and is joining the colony. He's a glitter world surgeon, meaning he's artistic and not actually a good surgeon. Now he's wearing a jacket. No pants, though. Glitter world surgeon, yeah, basically it's medicine is so easy that they just do like plastic surgery and stuff, so they're artistic, they're not really doctors. You love the heat, well I'm sorry. You're volatile. Well, that's not good. Well, we have you, you're 60 years old. Hopefully you'll be of use to us. Oh, you have high construction, so I suppose that's pretty nice. We'll make you a sleeping spot, assuming you can get over here without freezing to death. So what, furniture, sleeping spot, and we'll queue up a steel bed for construction so he actually has a place to sleep later on. How's our rice doing? Why is the growth rate going down? Oh, it's cold. Temperature, heater. Let's build a heater and build more power to sustain that heat. So we'll build another solar panel, and that should be fine. So the thing I like about Rimworld is just kind of the strategy of it. You're trying to keep these people alive, and they don't always work. Like, the thing that makes Rimworld so unique, that makes me actually enjoy playing it, is the fact that you have this. You basically just have the fact that people can crack. They can break. They can go crazy and go on killing sprees if they so desire. And that's what's unique about this kind of strategy game. And this game in general. Because most strategy games, you have your minions that do exactly what you say when you say without ever questioning you. These guys won't always do that. For example, we just picked up someone who's lazy, which means he's going to work a little bit slower than everyone else. Wherever he went. I honestly have no idea where he went. Oh well. Oh, he's over here. See, if we look at him, he's lazy. Which means his global work speed is going to be 15% less than everyone else. See, but can you just go back home? Like, what are you trying to do anyway? Hauling steel. You're shivering from hypothermia, you're very cold, you're sharing a bedroom so you're unhappy. Go home. Warm up. You know, if he dies from hypothermia, it's on him. There you go, build the heater, let it power itself. We still gaining power, hopefully we don't run out of power. Oh, would you look at that? Seba the empath has broken down and is wandering around in a daze. I believe I just mentioned this, where they go a little crazy and they start doing stupid stuff. So he's just gonna wander around, doing nothing effective, getting hypothermia, trying to die. Oh look, the psychic drone is ending, which means he should be slightly happier if he didn't have broken thoughts. It's all just too much. Well, maybe he'll come to his senses before he dies of hypothermia. Oh look, he came to us. What are you doing? Obey me. Yes, I get you're urgently hungry. But you have hypothermia that's not treated and you need to sit inside and warm up. So I'm gonna go put you by the fire, give you some time to think over yourself. Think about what you're trying to do. Maybe warm up a little bit. So it's still only 14 degrees in here with a heater. Okay, that's... Where'd he go? Okay, apparently he undrafted himself to go get some food. So he just decided that he's not going to listen to me anymore. He's too hungry to do that. So that's what I like about this, the fact that they will literally stop listening to you if you upset them too much. 9 meals, just bring that back to the base already, someone. That way everyone has to stop running outside to get it. So they're growing at 170%. Wow, that's actually a really fast growth rate. That's actually really good too. So because we have everything going for us, I think we can make a recreational room, hopefully. So if we grab our walls, so these take 4 slots, so 1, 2, 3, 4. The wall can go here, and we can stick another solar panel, and that sounds good to me. How about we make it go out 8, do a door, and then we'll just go a 2-sided corner. We can go 8 more. Keep going. We'll put another door up here. Cancel this. And actually, we can use the rock as a wall for now. We can actually replace that later. But I think I'll keep it for now the way it is. Yeah, it looks fine the way it is now. I'll probably create a wall just along this later on. And for here, we'll go 2 away and just do a long wall, and then put a door in it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Door right in the middle. Door, door. And now we have a large room that's going to kind of be the recreation room, where it's going to have like dining tables, nutrient resynthesis, etc. All of the fun stuff, I guess. And we're going to tell them that you can mine out all of this area, and actually you can mine out 1 deeper. And they'll get to that when they have time. While of course some food grows, since we do have a little bit of metal stockpiled. Any really close metal mines? Oh, there's one right over here. So we'll tell them to mine this. $13, $18. I have to be very mindful of this campfire, because if it goes out, then this room's going to get too cold and it's not going to be able to heat itself. So it's going to become very difficult to keep it up. And if it gets too cold, all the plants will die, which isn't very good. Nutrient resynthesis. Grab some more research just to help us survive when winter comes. Because we are literally 9 days in, everyone's unhappy, everyone's hungry, and we're working on it. We're trying to get them food, but this rice plant's still going to take another day to grow. At least they have a day worth of survival meals, which is pretty good. Someone made a snowman. Congrats. If only we could animate it and tell it to start mining some rock. Visitors from Chemist's Plain are visiting the colony. I don't care. And the windmill is too close. And since we want to put this thing inside, the solar panel is also too close. So we're going to have to move both of them. Which could get tricky. I probably want to build a new windmill and a new solar panel before I delete them, so I can keep my power the way it is without actually losing any. Is this more compacted? Ooh, it is more compacted steel. Yeah, I get you're in a poor mood. There's nothing I can do about it. some more compacted steel to mine. Oh yeah, I forgot, we haven't given them a dumping zone just yet. Where's a good place? You know what? Right here looks just fine. So I believe I mentioned something about letting a fire go out, and then I let the fire go out, so... Where's the nearest guy I can boss around? How long has this fire got left? Enough to say make a new fire. Maybe I can put that second heater in now. And we'll grab a new solar panel. What is putting you in such a bad mood anyway? Disturbed sleep, ugly environment, shared a bedroom, in a little pain. You're naked, apparently. Oh yeah, you just have a jacket. Wearing worn out apparel. Oh, you're basically dying. You have cataracts in both eyes and a bad back. Maybe we can replace him later, although he is kind of old, so he might just die of old age. I don't even know if you can in Rimworld, if you can die of old age or not. I'm not so sure. One thing I'd really like to know is the secret that any visitors have, because whenever raiders attack or these guests show up, the visitors, they never get hypothermia. Even in the winter, when raiders attack you and they try and camp out in their little artillery posts, for, 6 or 7 days, negative 60 degrees Celsius. They all stay perfectly warm, no campfires, no shelter. My guys get hypothermia if they're outside for more than 15 seconds. But apparently, only my colonists feel cold. Okay, more research. Actually, I think I'm going to put you on something because we don't need this much research this early. It's really not that necessary. Let's open up mechanical defense, I guess. There we go, we got the roof. This feels actually really unsafe. Because there's no roof here, it feels like it could collapse, or it might collapse, if that's still a feature. So we're going to put some more walls in. And I think I know where we're going to put these walls in. So 1, 2, that's 3, 2, 4, 5, and then we'll put this down. And we're going to need a pretty big area, so we'll go with 3. We'll skip 3. Go with 3 more and then go back. And we'll even put maybe a door somewhere. Right in the front maybe, or down on the side. Yeah, down there we'll put a door. Now this is actually going to be for my nutrient paste dispenser. So what can we get from mechanical defense 2? Mechanical defense defense. Alright, let's see what that has to offer us. Oh, you're an idiot. I made you a bed. Go sleep in the bed. Or, wake up when I take away your bed. I guess either one works. No, I don't need this much research just yet. I need more work. You can grow, you can... I guess do some hauling and cleaning. So that this guy doesn't have to, so he can go do more mining. So what do we get? We get mechanical walls, unlocks mechanical walls. These are special walls which can be raised or lowered, acting as walls. Wait a second. Unlocks mechanical walls. These are special walls which can be raised or lowered, acting as walls, and surprise ambush points. Okay, so it acts as walls and surprise ambush points. That was just... These are special walls that act like walls. That sentence was getting me. Required power to operate. Those look neat. I haven't actually played with these mods. I've installed them, but I haven't played with them yet. So I'm not sure what everything is. I did read their forum pages on the Ludian forums, so I have an idea on what's going on. Do I want them, or do I want to be able to start burning stuff? Grab pneumatic picks. Poor mood, let me guess. Yep, it's Jew. Or Gyu. Or however his name is intended to be pronounced, because I can't pronounce it right. Rice is almost grown. What we're going to do here is we need a new zone, stockpile, production. We'll put this in first. Now we'll create a new zone, call it a stockpile zone, put it all in the back, and tell it to clear all and allow only raw food in here. And of course this is going to be an important role, or I should say a preferred role. That way what happens is all the food gets stored back here next to where we're going to put hoppers around this nutrient paste dispenser, so that of course our food is nice and secured in there. And since our rice is almost done growing, and our potatoes are still a little ways away, we still have a couple meals, we might not have to go through a phase of starvation or eating each other, which is highly preferred to going through starvation and eating each other. I've actually played in the ice biomes where I needed to consume raiders when they attacked, simply because, well, I didn't have any food, and it's either my guys die or they eat a little bit of human flesh and complain about it. Now, they happily do it, I must say. When you're hungry enough, they happily eat anything. However, they will complain and they'll say, I am unhappy because I just ate someone I knew. But who's really to say? So it looks like my rice finished. It looks like the biggest issue we're having is we don't have enough mining. Let's tell you to do mining as well, just so that we can have more people on it. Why are you unhappy? You're cold. You're feeling bad. Okay. You're cold and you're feeling bad. That sums up my entire colony right now. So, the guy began his attack. The one evil dude who I don't even know where he went. Oh, he's down here. Melee attacking the solar generator. Because attacking the actual colonists is just... That's not right. You don't attack people, you just go and try and punch that solar generator. Alright, let's grab my people. Where's my sniper? You have a shiv. You're my sniper. You probably don't even need to fight. Actually, are you wearing anything? Oh, you're the guy with pants. Oh, this guy has a jacket by the looks of it. Oh look, we won. Oh, he survived. That's no good. I didn't want him to survive. That makes it complicated because now I have the moral choice of wanting to imprison him and get a new colonist. Unfortunately, I don't think I can sustain a new colonist just yet. Okay, Seba. You want a little more than pants? Come over here. There, now you have some more than pants. We'll casually let him die. We'll even put a grave right next to him to kind of give him the hint. So this should be frozen, which means it won't spoil. just by being not inside where the warmth is. And when's the fire run out? 2 days. This one, 2 days. So everything's going fine in my colony so far. Once these potatoes get done, I'll have a lot more food, which will make this a lot better. But I really need steel. And I'm just not mining a lot of it right now. I'm guessing there's a lot of other chores to do around. Like hauling things away, such as all these rocks, and all these rocks. And all these rocks. Are you ever gonna die? And of course, you're really good at mining. And you're really I want to save you now all of a sudden. Like, now that I know you're actually good at stuff, maybe... Nah, maybe it's too late. Maybe it's not. We have left him out there all night. Now I'm conflicted. I want him because he's good at mining, but I don't want him because he consumes more food, and it's just a hassle to have to deal with him, because we don't have a prison built with warmth. I mean, we could stick him in here, but that's still cold. He's gonna die in there. Plus, we stole all of his clothes, so we'll just leave him. If we made him a new recruit, he'd just complain, "I'm naked, give me clothing," and we don't want to have to deal with that. Is he healing? When he's sleeping and he's downed, he's healing. No wonder he's so hard to he won't just die. It's because he's healing while he's downed. That's ridiculous. Can he just die? Please? There, he's got an infection, he's got frostbite, he's got serious hypothermia. He's been outside for 2 days in -Celsius degree weather. Oh, now he's taking damage. Sorry, whatever your name is. Polo Warren. Sorry. But I just honestly can't help you. Oh, starvation, no trading capacity, need a food hopper, low food. Complain, complain, complain. I mean, how do we deal with these people if they're just gonna complain about anything we try to do for them? I mean, we try to be nice, but they just don't want us to be nice to them, apparently. Production, food hopper. Are these potatoes done yet? 99%. Starvation, go away. Come on, potato. Grow. Grow, potato, grow. Do we have enough wood? Oh, we still have plenty of wood for another campfire. Another set of campfires, might I say. Poor mood. I get it. You've detected an escape pod crashing hard nearby. If anyone survived the impact, they will surely need your help. Or they'll be badly wounded. I don't actually know what it said. I just started reading words that came to my mind. Melee. Okay, melee. Is your melee skill good? Nope. Sounds like melee would be like a gladiator name who's really good with melee weapons. You're good at growing and mining, and you're really far away. Yeah, that's kind of a downer for me. Kind of how far away you are. Huh. Alright. We'll just pretend you're not there. Oh look, he finally died. I shouldn't be happy about that, but at least he's not an issue anymore. Who broke? Fleming, the herbalist. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're hungry. Yeah, not having food does that to you. At least we have nutrient resynthesis, so they eat like half of what they normally eat if we didn't have nutrient resynthesis. Oh look, we're being attacked by a couple of raiders with pistols. Hopefully our dazed Fleming will come back to us before they attack, otherwise she'll be caught in the crossfire and we won't be able to do anything for her. Fleming is no longer dazed. Now go eat some paste. Some delicious paste, chock full of nutrients. What are you doing way out here? Are you honestly doctoring? You're legitimately doctoring someone that far away? I don't know if I can even get this guy back. What a delicate place to consume your lunch. Yeah, you're dead. You're moving incredibly slow. Oh yeah, you have a bad back. I forgot. But I have this bad feeling they're just gonna try and walk away with him. Actually, that might be beneficial. You guys gonna capture him, or you guys, you gonna come for me? Where's the empath? You're the empath. You can actually fight. So, go rescue you. Theodric. And where's the last one? Fleming, are you trying to... Oh my god, everyone's trying to feed nutrient paste to the person I want to just leave me alone. Draft you, go hide behind a rock. Come on, Theodric, we're going to them to fight. So the firefight has broken out. We have yet to take any damage, they're both hurt. Hopefully we'll knock one of them out. There we go. And Steve is going to try and run away. But are we going to allow that? Apparently so. Undraft you. Now, as the last raider escapes, I'm actually talking to you guys post-commentary now. Now, I know, like, the first 30 minutes I did pretty good, actually talking through the gameplay of this, but the second 30 minutes I just kind of became much quieter. That's why there's long gaps where I didn't actually say anything. I guess that's just the way that I was working while I was playing this. Now, the reason I'm playing this fully real-time rather than something like when I play Kerbal Space Program, it's heavily edited, where if I don't like something, I'll cut it out, or if I'll speed it up and I'll talk over it in post-commentary, like I am speaking right now. But for this Let's Play, I want to leave it in the majority of being just real-time and not a lot of editing going into it. And the reason for that is because what I want to do is I want to try a stream sometime, and if I'm going to stream for 2 or 3 hours at a time and I just become quiet and don't really talk very much after a half an hour, then losing that energy just kind of makes it boring and not all that interesting. So I'm sure if you actually managed to get this far through the video, then you've noticed that as well, that after about 30 minutes I just kind of stopped really talking and just commentating very slightly over what was really going on. So what's actually going on in the game now is I'm just building some furniture for my guys. I'm also building an air conditioner because I'm going to use this food area as a freezer. Since I'm going to put heat into the same room where the table is, then having an air conditioner is going to keep the food frozen all the time, and that's going to make it so it never spoils, since we don't want our food spoiling, since we don't have a lot of it. Now when we get more of it, we can like make a larger stockpile outside where it will freeze, but we want to keep a nice good stockpile inside. But that's basically what this Rimworld series that's not going to be edited very much is going to be. Just really an attempt to kind of try and keep that same more energy, not so much of the dead monotone talk where I just say a few words at a time with long pauses. I want to try and work on getting rid of that, because I had attempted to do this before when I didn't do much editing, and that's just apparently what happens, and I don't like it, because I don't like losing this kind of more energetic speaking pattern. I dislike listening to, if I ever watch anyone else's videos, I dislike listening to them when they just, you know, kind of say a few things quietly every couple seconds. But what I want to do is I want to try and keep the more energy pose, I guess, if you can really call it a pose. But that's basically what I'm attempting. So we'll see as this series progresses, see how long we survive in the Rimworld, see how well we actually do with keeping up that energy. Now, they're not all going to be an hour long. This one's just about an hour because it's the first one, kind of like what I did with Kerbal Space Program. But this one is... But the next ones are going to be probably 30 minutes. Maybe I'll keep it an hour. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyhow, this is PTT GRW signing out.